I thought I had put to rest anything related to Bioshock for the time being, but since I put out my video on Bioshock Infinite being hated and then releasing a short for it, I have seen lots of traffic towards the channel, and with all that, I've noticed that Bioshock Infinite is still as divisive as ever, with people claiming it's the worst thing they've ever experienced and it is a mockery of Bioshock 1 and 2. On the other side of the coin, you have people that believe it is the best out of the trilogy, and everything including its DLCs are legit masterpieces. Where do I fall on that? I suppose it doesn't matter much. The real question is, why is there such a divide? Some people misunderstood me and my previous take. I'm not claiming everyone hates it. I'm a firm believer in varying opinions. Just because I enjoy something doesn't automatically mean you should like it, and just because you find something distasteful doesn't mean others need to. Now, what is the reason behind the divide of Bioshock Infinite? Let me use the comments for my short. This way, it's not just my biased opinion, but really it's what you guys think and what you are saying about the trilogy of games. First, we can take a look at the bad. Table 2392 says, I absolutely despise this game with every fiber of my being. Weak story, odd choice for a setting, and a companion whose entire existence makes the plot worse, and a 2-weapon limit. I freaking hate it. Is he wrong? In some eyes, yes. In others, no. It's subjective. Now let's take a look at what Uber Samurai 246 said. It's literally on my all-time favorite list. People need to chill out on the infinite hate. People judge on their expectations instead of what they were given. That statement isn't incorrect either, and many will also agree and disagree here. Now there's a clear divide. The story wasn't as strong as its predecessors. The setting was different. Infinite had a vibrant, clean, and pretty look to it, compared to the dark and haunting setting of the first two games. This threw many people off. The gameplay was different as well. Sure, you were limited to 2 weapons in Infinite, but the gameplay is far smoother and superior to anything that Bioshock 1 and 2 did, in my opinion. Now, besides all of the obvious differences that Infinite and Bioshock 1 and 2 have with each other, could something else be causing this divide in 2023? Bioshock Infinite decided to tackle some heavy storylines. A lot of this has to do with color and slavery, the power of men, and dabbling with religion. If you sit back and look through Infinite, you can see some real-world problems that may affect many different types of people differently. I did notice in the research for my first video that some publications were writing articles about the anniversary of Bioshock Infinite and how it failed a certain group of people. Other articles talked about how it failed its strong female characters overall. There's a sense of failure put on the creators of Bioshock Infinite. Is this right? Is there any truth to it? Or is the sense of political correctness behind these publications to get more clicks? Could I be making a mountain out of a molehill and be completely wrong? Yeah, I could be. If you deep dive into the story of Infinite and its controversies, you realize that different groups of people became offended due to the topics it did tackle. It's been accused of white genocide, insulting religion, encouraging violence, being racist, and not addressing correctly the issues it tried to discuss. There's so much to unpack when looking at the good and the bad of Infinite. Did it try too hard? Was it misunderstood? Was it just executed poorly? Did we not understand the theme? Or was it really just a bad game? The truth is, some people who consider it a masterpiece probably haven't thought about it this deeply. Others that hate it possibly haven't thought that deeply into it either. Infinite is one of history's most divisive games, and a lot was learned from it. Maybe that's why it's taken so many years for Bioshock 4 to be released. Regardless, Infinite received high praise when it released, accumulating 9/10s at an incredible rate. Bioshock 4 was announced back in 2019, and it is still a long ways away. I don't think it'll be as controversial as Infinite or even tackle some of the same topics. More than likely, it'll be tamed and focused. Maybe that's what gamers want. Maybe they just want a good old Bioshock experience. I'll probably be there to play it. I don't see why not. I love Bioshock 1 and I adored Bioshock Infinite. Now I think I'll put to rest the word of Bioshock, at least for the time being. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to see what you all are thinking.